It's a common cliche to think that when you think about someone, it can be a sign that they are thinking of you also. But is this just some strange kind of cliche or old saying? Or is there actually a deeper level of spiritual truth to this saying? When you think about someone, especially when you find yourself dwelling on someone, thinking about a certain person over and over again without really knowing why, could there be a spiritual explanation to this question? Perhaps. Is there a chance that somehow this is a sign that the person you are thinking so frequently about is also thinking of you in return? We are going to dive deep into some of the meanings and potential reasons why you could be thinking constantly about a certain person. But first, welcome to my channel. So, if you're finding yourself constantly thinking about someone, understandably, this can be a very energetically chaotic and confusing experience. You may find yourself asking, what is it about this person that is causing them to feel so stuck in my energy field, in my thoughts, in my head? And I hope that through these potential spiritual explanations, you can find some type of clarity as to potentially why you could be thinking so often about this person. The first spiritual reason you might be constantly thinking about someone is because you share some kind of soul connection to this person. Now, technically, we are all connected to one another, and I'll get into this in one of the other explanations. But when it comes to our soul family, these are the people with whom we are most closely spiritually connected, meaning we are connected to these others on a soul level in a more profound way than we are to others in our life or in the world. The reason for this is these people, these other souls, share a similar core soul frequency to our own. The closer another's soul is to matching our frequency, the closer they are drawn to us mentally, spiritually, and in the physical world. Because everything in our world operates under the law of attraction, like attracts like. So when we are radiating a similar core soul frequency to another person, meaning they are part of this so-called soul tribe or soul family, we actually will find ourselves feeling pulled to them mentally, spiritually, and emotionally even prior to meeting them in the physical. Because of this, when we do meet them, even if we are just passing as strangers, even if we don't say one word to one another, any encounter with someone who is part of our soul family or spirit tribe will feel deeply profound, because we will recognize in them that similarity to ourselves, meaning that similar core soul essence or soul frequency. Because of this, after this very small interaction with even a mere stranger who is part of our soul family, we will find ourselves thinking of them over and over from time to time throughout our lives without potentially really knowing why. Keep in mind, these soul connections that I'm speaking about could be completely platonic. They could be our closest friends or complete strangers. They can also be highly romantic in nature, all depending on our personal soul intentions, meaning what our soul decided prior to incarnating here that we wanted to experience in connection with other souls, what we sometimes call soul contracts. On the romantic side of the equation, these encountered members of our soul family may be romantic soulmates, or perhaps this person could even be a twin flame. Now, not everyone has a twin flame, but for those of you who do have a twin flame incarnated here in this life, this means that there is someone incarnated here on earth who shares your identical core soul frequency. Meaning, unlike with your soulmates, your soul family, and even your romantic soulmates who share a similar core frequency, your twin flame's frequency is identical. That is why these twin souls are often also called mirror souls. So if you're thinking of someone very frequently, you may want to explore potentially what this connection or soul contract could be with this person. Is there potential that this is a platonic soulmate, a romantic soulmate, or even a twin flame connection? The second reason you may be constantly thinking about a certain person is because, yes, as the cliche goes, there is a chance you are feeling this way because this person is constantly thinking about you. Now, before you click away from this video, let me explain, because this actually has a very logical, energetic explanation for why, when someone is thinking about you, you may be thinking about them as well. We are not just physical beings in this world, we also have an energy field. Our energy field, our aura, what we project outward invisibly into the universe, comes from the mind, particularly the subconscious mind. Because our thoughts create a kind of vibration that exudes outward in the form of this energy. So for example, if you within your mind, particularly within your subconscious mind, have a kind of belief such as I am a confident person, and you truly believe that, meaning you truly have that thought or belief rooted deeply in your subconscious mind, in your subconscious belief system. And therefore you are now radiating a stable frequency of confidence stemming from that stable, rooted thought in the subconscious. Now, that energy of confidence is exuding outward, capable of being picked up on by absolutely anyone you encounter in the physical world, or even people you are not physically interacting with. So for example, if you develop that belief of confidence in this particular illustration, anyone in the collective, because again, we are all energetically connected to one another by some degree, anyone on this planet, any soul, can pick up on your newfound confidence and can feel it, can sense it, can register it energetically at the subconscious level, usually without even really knowing why. Now, the amazing thing about this is we are able to begin molding, shaping what we plant, what we nurture, what we keep rooted, and what we uproot from our subconscious, which, as I illustrated earlier, whatever becomes rooted in our subconscious, any belief stored there, begins to develop this stable energetic vibration that then exudes outward and is capable of being picked up on by absolutely anyone. This is also why I am so passionate about subliminal meditation, because subliminals are tools designed to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and pass directly into the subconscious. As I said earlier, the subconscious actually consists of 95% of our thoughts, and therefore is the dominant driver of what kind of energy we are going to exude outward to these others in our life or really anyone else on the planet. So by shifting the thoughts in our subconscious, we can quite literally magnetize our energy field for anything we desire to create, attract, or manifest in our lives, including within our relationships to others. So, as you can see on the screen, I have created a website of over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. This is my website, soundansoul.com. I'm just showing you how to navigate around the site. I literally have subliminals for any area of life imaginable, and each of these subliminals is available in different sound options. You can even combine them into your own custom-made playlist to completely reprogram your subconscious and magnetize your energy for anything you desire in life. The link to create a free trial account on my website is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can try out any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. So let's dive back into this sign number 2, or this meaning rather, number 2, to constantly thinking about someone, this idea, this actual truth behind the cliche that this could mean that this person is thinking about you in return. I already provided the framework of how this can work through the example of confidence. I said that if confidence is a belief, a strong belief in the subconscious mind, it will then begin to radiate a stable frequency, an energy of confidence that others can pick up on. Well, let's translate this into thinking about another person. Let's say that someone is obsessively thinking about you consciously. Over time, planting these thoughts over and over again into their conscious mind slowly allows them to trickle down into the subconscious. Now, as I said earlier, the subconscious controls 95% of our energy, but it usually is very difficult to influence because the conscious mind, our conscious thoughts, act as a gatekeeper to the subconscious. Which again is why subliminal meditation is particularly so powerful, because it bypasses that conscious gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. But anyway, in this case, let's say this person is just consciously thinking about you over and over again. Eventually, you, the image of you, the idea of you becomes planted in their subconscious so deeply that they are then consistently kind of radiating this frequency of thinking about you. Essentially, what they are doing is forming an energetic bond with you without realizing it. Another way to think about this is they are almost manifesting you into their life through thinking about you so much. They are forming this bond with you through the subconscious, through their energy, that then is becoming so powerful that you are then picking up on it. Because again, just like in the case of confidence, whatever we are exuding energetically stably over time can be picked up on by absolutely anyone on the planet, by anyone else in the world. Now, when these are thoughts about ourselves specifically, we are even more in tune with this most of the time because most of us are very self-focused, self-oriented just naturally. We live through our own perspective. So this means that we are very privy to thoughts that other people are consistently and heavily thinking about us. Just think about all the times that you knew someone was going to call you before they called, or that they were going to text you before they texted you. You just either thought of them and then received communication from them, or perhaps you even had a dream about them. Somehow your mind handed you the information that this person was thinking about you. The same is true of whoever you are thinking about right now. Even if this person is not a soul connection necessarily, a soulmate, or a twin flame, they could have formed some kind of energetic bond with you. Again, through these consistent, heavy, intense thoughts about you over time. Now, of course, the third reason that you could be thinking so much about a specific person is the common traditional explanation, simply because something about them has piqued your interest, and you are now generating a lot of conscious thoughts about them. And as these thoughts build momentum, then naturally it begins to snowball. You begin to think about them more and more until they become planted in your energy. You are essentially planting the thought of them in your own subconscious, in your own energy field. Now, of course, the question remains, how do we tell the difference between these three explanations of why you are constantly thinking about someone? Is this person some kind of soul connection? Is it that this person is thinking about me so frequently that I am just picking up on thoughts of them? Or is it just the traditional societal kind of explanation that I am myself generating conscious thoughts about this person that are just picking up momentum until I think about them more and more? The answer to this question, or the best way to answer this question, is to really analyze how you began thinking about this person. In the case of a soul connection, usually something about this person will feel like it just pulls at you without really knowing why. You weren't necessarily trying to think about this person, making yourself think about them. It's just that something about them seemed to be so familiar to you, seemed to stick with you in some sense, that you couldn't really stop having these thoughts of them. Now, in the case of number 2, when someone is constantly thinking about you, the difference is that you very often will not feel this soul deep connection or pull to them. In fact, sometimes if someone is trying to manifest you or is thinking a lot about you, you may even feel like, I'm not even really that interested in knowing this person or getting to know this person. And yet they keep coming back into your mind over and over again, even though that pull, that sense of connection, isn't really there for you. Now, in the case of number 3, if you are finding that you are kind of reaching for thoughts about this person, that you are the one kind of starting to look them up on social media or watch them online, you can kind of tell when you're beginning to generate these conscious thoughts about another person as opposed to when you are simply receiving this energy from them. I know it can be kind of complex to tell the difference between these 3 potential reasons someone is thinking about you, but I do hope this video provided you with some kind of clarity. Now, if you're asking yourself, what next? What do I do if this person is thinking about me a lot? Well, the answer lies with you. How you, as the conscious creator of your life, want to move forward with this situation. Do you want to deepen the bond, increase the energetic bond with this person? Or do you want to energetically protect yourself Clear this person out of your energy field so that you are not thinking about them so frequently. Now, I do have 2 different specific subliminals on my website, depending on which way you want to go with this. I have one to assist you in radiating your own positive thoughts about this person, which can then increase your connection. It's called the subliminal to make them think about you, which sounds kind of a little bit blunt, but really the purpose of this is to radiate so much positive thought and energy to another person that you will allow for a strengthening of this bond to them. Now, the second subliminal will assist you in doing the opposite. This is my 7 chakra clearing subliminal. Now, of course, energy clearing, chakra clearing can be used for many different purposes, and it all depends on the intention you put into it. So, if you do want to clear this person out of your energy field, I recommend this chakra clearing subliminal. And what I really recommend is really turning your attention within yourself, allowing your mind to empty all of these thoughts and feelings that may be surfacing about this person, to tune back into the core of who you are, and to really imagine a kind of bright glow of energy around yourself, and acting as a protection against any kinds of unwanted energy from others, such as potentially, in this case, this other person. My beloved child, blessed are those who rejoice in my name all day long and exalt in my righteousness. This name, which you know as Jesus, represents me in all of my glorious attributes. When used with reverence and love, it draws you closer to my warm and loving presence. I am aware that many misuse my name, turning it into a word of anger or frustration. This misuse pains me deeply, for my name is sacred, a symbol of my love and sacrifice for humanity. Yet I encourage you, my faithful follower, to lovingly utter the word Jesus throughout your day. Use it to express your joy in me, to seek my guidance, and to ask for my help. Remember, I am God, your Savior. I am always ready to assist you, to uplift you for the glory of my name. I invite you to bask in the joy of my righteousness. To exalt means to be filled with delight, elation, and jubilation. Think of this joy as the triumph of good over evil, of light over darkness. Recall the moment on the cross when I declared, "It is finished." With those words, I proclaimed the greatest victory imaginable, the conquest over sin and death for all who believe in me. This monumental achievement has forever credited my righteousness to you, my beloved. You are adorned with the robe of righteousness, a garment symbolizing salvation. Wear it with pride, joy, and jubilation. I have empowered you to stand on the heights. The term "the heights" can signify many things. Literally, it might mean something elevated like mountaintops or towering buildings. Figuratively, it can represent the pinnacle of joy or significant responsibilities. As you strive to reach these heights in your life, whether in achievements, recognition, or spiritual elevation, remember the responsibilities that accompany success. Take pleasure in the good you accomplish through me, with me, and for me. As you are mine, you can stand firm. Picture yourself girded with the belt of truth and protected by the breastplate of righteousness. All of my teachings are founded in truth, for I am the truth. This gives you a solid foundation, a rock upon which to stand firm. The righteousness I have bestowed upon you is perfect and eternal. Regardless of the trials and tribulations you face, this righteousness will keep you steadfast in your journey through life. Remember to seek me in all things, whether in moments of happiness or times of struggle. Turn to me, I am your guide, your protector, and your constant companion. When you feel lost or uncertain, remember my words and my promises. They are the light that will lead you through the darkest of times. Nurture your faith, for it is the key to truly understanding my love and grace. Faith is not merely believing in my existence, it is trusting in my goodness and my plans for you. It is knowing that no matter what happens, I am with you, guiding and supporting you every step of the way. Practice compassion and kindness, for these are qualities dear to my heart. Show love to others as I have shown love to you. In doing so, you become a living testament to my teachings, a beacon of hope and light in a world that often seems dark and cold. Remember, my children, that you are never alone. I am always watching over you, ready to listen and to help. In times of joy, share your happiness with me. In times of sorrow, turn to me for comfort. I am your Father, your Creator, and your eternal supporter. Rejoice in my love and let it fill your hearts. Spread this love to others, for in loving one another you honor me. Walk in my ways, follow my teachings, and let your life be a reflection of my love and righteousness. In the quiet stillness of your heart, as you traverse through the daunting valleys of life, know that you are not alone. The path you walk, though shadowed by uncertainties and fears, is illuminated by a divine presence that never falters nor fades. This radiant light is a testament to unwavering vigilance, a constant guardian that watches over you, ensuring that no depth is too profound, no darkness too consuming for my sight. There will be moments when you find yourself deviating from the path, slipping into pits of despair or error. It's in these moments, when you feel mired in the consequences of your choices, that my grace extends its hand most fervently. Cry out to me, and I shall lift you from these depths, setting your feet upon the solid rock of my love and forgiveness. My hand shall sustain you until you triumph, and I have granted you victory over your accusers. The timing is in your favor, seize the moment. The time of triumph has arrived. When I instruct you to walk, walk. When I command you to rise, rise. I declare you a conqueror and a victor. Open your heart to my words and do not dwell on past mistakes and sins. The past is behind you. Transform your life and I shall make you entirely new. Your future rests securely in my hands, and I shall guard and protect you in my presence. Thus I implore you once more, do not be afraid, for there is no adversary in the universe that can defeat you now. Proclaim with your lips that you believe in me. If you seek to overcome the challenges that besiege you today, listen closely, for today you shall hear the solution from my very lips. You may believe your situation is too complex, but remember that you have already entrusted your life and heart to me. Reflect deeply upon this truth: nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. It is I, your Lord, your Creator, the one who calls each star by name, who says this. Do you understand the breadth and the depth of this promise? In your world, separation is a common ache. Loved ones part, dreams wither, and shadows fall upon the hearts of the hopeful. Yet amidst these tides of change, there remains a constant, a sure anchor, my love, a fortress against the winds of isolation. I beseech you, hold fast to me with unwavering confidence. This is your strength, your bulwark against the tremors of an uncertain world. For the thoughts that haunt you, that stir the waters of fear in your soul, know they wilt before the steadfastness of my love. When fear whispers your name, remember, reach for my hand with the innocence and trust of a child. In the sanctuary of my presence, understand that perfect love casts out all fear. Consider the riches of the earth, gems buried deep, mountains crowned with gold, yet they are but dust compared to the wealth of my love for you. This love, boundless and unfaltering, is your inheritance, your birthright, given freely to all who step into my light. My child, pause and listen to the whispers of the Spirit, for they speak of love unfailing. Your faith in me should be as resolute as the sunrise, unwavering as the course of the stars. Remember the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin, yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If I clothe the grass of the field with such splendor, will I not much more provide for you, O ye of little faith? Be still and know that I am God. In the stillness you will find me, your compass and guide. Your journey through this life is not meant to be walked alone. The road will twist and turn, shadows may fall, but one truth remains unyielded: my love is the compass that points you home. Rise up, beloved, with the dawn of each new day. Embrace the promise of my presence, for I have told you I will never leave you nor forsake you. This is the certainty that cleaves to your side, even as the mountains may crumble and the seas may roar. Take heart, for I have overcome the world. In this victory you too shall share. For the challenges you face, the mountains you climb, they are but shadows before the light of my love. Your heart, a vessel of my spirit, is an invincible fortress. Again now I call upon you, live boldly, live with conviction. Your faith is the flame that burns away doubt. Let my love be the beacon that guides you through the storms, a lighthouse steadfast upon the shores of your soul. Trust in my love, for it is the bridge over troubled waters, the light upon the path, the whisper of courage when the night is silent. Remember, I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Go forth in peace, my child, and live in the fullness of my love. For you are mine, and I am yours forevermore. My beloved child, lend me your heart, your ears, for it is I, the Lord your God, speaking directly into the deepest recesses of your soul in this very moment. Tighten your grasp. Feel my fingers interlaced with yours, a covenant of my unfaltering presence. Do not fear, I will help you is not merely a phrase, it is a promise etched in the annals of eternity, inscribed by the hand that flung stars into the night sky. Remember, I'm the potter, you are the clay. I fashioned you with intention and purpose. Each curve, each line, a testament to my thoughtful design. As you yield to my touch, watch how beautifully I can remold and fit you for the wondrous plans I have, a vessel of honor, steeped in my love. When shadows loom and the chill of doubt creeps into your heart, call out to me. Whisper, shout, let your words soar on the wings of prayer, for the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. In the sacred echo of your pleas, find the assurance that you are heard, and in my time, a time that seeks the perfect harmony of all things, you will see my deliverance. Envision David, a mere shepherd boy who faced Goliath, a towering testament to fear, yet within him, a steadfast spirit, bolstered by the knowledge that the battle is the Lord's. Take this to heart, dear one, for your battles too are mine, and in my might you will overcome. I beckon you, come and sit at my feet. Let the words of life I spoke in ages past, the Beatitudes, the parables, the Psalms be the balm to your weary soul. As manna from heaven sustained the Israelites in the desert, so shall my word sustain you. Open the eyes of your heart and behold my creation, a canvas of my glory. The rising sun that scatters the darkness, the boundless skies that whisper of freedom, the delicate flower that speaks of new beginnings, they all mirror the resurrection life I offer you. In those silent hours of the night, when sleep eludes you and the ticking clock seems to mock your turmoil, remember Gethsemane. Recall my son Jesus, who in his darkest hour sought not his will but mine. In your Gethsemane moments may you echo his surrender, and in that surrender find my strength made perfect in your weakness. Therefore cling to hope, hold fast to faith, and let love be the current that propels you forward. For faith, hope, and love remain these three, but the greatest of these is love. It is love that led me to the cross for you, love that triumphed over the grave, and love that beckons you to a future filled with my goodness. In closing, do not merely walk with purpose. Do not simply live life abundantly. And do not just hope, be anchored in the hope that is as steadfast as my promises, as sure as my word, and as enduring as my love for you. So now, my child, go forth, walk boldly in the path I have laid before you, for I am with you every step of the way. This day, this hour, this breath, you are never alone. When the night falls upon your life and shadows cast their doubts, let not your heart be troubled. For it is in these moments of seeming darkness that my presence can become the brightest beacon to your soul. The path you walk, riddled with stones and thorns, has not escaped my gaze. I have walked before you, smoothing the stones, softening the edges, so that what once wounded can now become a testament of your journey towards my embrace. Do you see my creation? How the intricacies of your life weave together a story, a narrative filled with moments of overcoming, not in spite of the struggles but because of them. Each chapter that unfolds, even those inked with tears, is known to me. I whisper in the silence, speaking life into your weary spirit, mending the fragments of a heart that feels broken, binding it with my love that knows no end. As you reminisce on the trials of your past, let every memory that pains you be a canvas for my grace. Remember, I'm the potter and you are the clay. Together we can reshape the marred pieces into a work of art, a vessel fit for new wine, for new joy. I'm not a bystander in your story, I am its author and finisher. And in me, every moment of your past has purpose, every tear is accounted for, and every sorrow is seen. In your present trials, cling to me. Hold my hand and feel the warmth of my grasp. With each step, let the rhythm of your heart beat to the cadence of my love, for it is steadfast and sure. The adversities you face will not consume you, for you are more than a conqueror through me who loves you. My light does not merely pierce the darkness it overtakes, it transforms it and calls forth beauty from ashes. Do not fear the trials that test your faith, for they come to prove the genuineness of your trust in me, refining you like gold. In this refining, know that you are never alone. I am with you in the fire, in the waters, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. Stand firm in the faith that my promises are yes and amen. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward. Look for me not only in the sanctuaries and the quiet mountaintops, but also in the hustle of life, in the faces of those you meet, in the simple acts of kindness that go unnoticed. For I am there in the midst of it all, working all things together for your good. Your life is a mosaic made beautiful by each tiny, seemingly insignificant piece. Trust in my design, for I am the master craftsman, and I make all things new. So come, draw nearer to me. Let me envelop you in my love that casts out all fear. As you journey forward, may the echo of my promises be the soundtrack of your life. Walk in the assurance that my love for you is unchanging, my plans for you are unshakable, and my presence with you is unending. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. In the quietude of your heart, where the whispers of the world grow dim and the clamor of self fades into the background, there you will find me. I am ever present, a steadfast anchor amidst the ever-changing tides of life. From the very beginning, when the first breath of life was drawn into the lungs of humanity, I have desired to walk with you, to commune with you. In every garden, in every desert, in every high place and valley low. The rebellion in the garden, where the fruit of self-reliance was tasted, has indeed marred the perfect harmony I intended for my children. Yet in my boundless mercy, I set forth a plan, a way to restore you, not just to my presence, but to the very heart of who you are meant to be. In me, you are a new creation, liberated from the confines of selfish desires. The spirit I have placed within you is a wellspring of life, a helper who empowers you to transcend the natural inclinations of the flesh. Call upon me, my child, and say, "Help me, Holy Spirit." This simple prayer is a powerful key, unlocking the door to a life centered not on the self but on the sovereign Lord. My spirit is ready and willing to guide you into self-forgetfulness, where true freedom and joy are found. For in laying aside the weight of self-preoccupation, your soul is lifted to higher realms of peace and purpose. The mirror of the world is deceitful, for it reflects a distorted image, one that can ensnare you with its fleeting demands and hollow standards. But remember, you are made in my image, intricately fashioned by my hands. Do not be ensnared by the reflection of yourself through the eyes of others. Instead, fix your gaze upon me, your Lord, who fashioned the stars and calls them each by name. As you look to me, let your vision be transformed. See yourself as I see you, whole, beloved, complete. And then, with eyes anointed by my Spirit, look outward to those I place in your path. Each soul you encounter is a treasure, a story unfolding, an opportunity to reflect my love and grace. As you do so, you will find that self-centered concerns fall away, replaced by a love for others that mirrors my own heart. Rest in the assurance of my everlasting arms, a haven of safety where fears are hushed and anxiety stilled. You are enveloped by my love, surrounded by my peace, and filled with my joy. In this place of divine union, you become more yourself than ever before, for you were created to live in me, through me, and for me. So come, dear one, and enter the sacred dance of trust and devotion. As you step out in faith, moving to the rhythm of my will, you will discover the beauty of a life poured out in love. The Holy Spirit will guide you step by step into the abundant life I have promised, a life where self is lost in the wonder of who I am, and where each moment is an opportunity to know me more, to love me more, and to become more like me. Amen.